You
Oh,
know
we
me.
are?
I'm thankful for my frownies. Savannah, do you notice how nice and smooth my forehead is? There's no Botox, just so you know.
Oh, hold on. I need to blow my
There it
nose.
is.
Oh, come on. She made me cry, and now my nose is running. Sorry.
That's
Well, you
perfect.
better catch it. I have a hell of an intro ready to go for you.
Oh my god.
Product placement.
But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Holy cannoli. My stomach's in my throat.
I'm like crying right now.
Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to Back in 10. I'm Savannah.
And I'm Jen.
If you haven't had the opportunity or the pleasure or the craziness to listen to Back in 10, we encourage you to give us a follow and check us out. About the podcast, it is real conversation, real leadership topics, techniques, and also no
Fluff.
no HR barrier in our conversations either.
Sorry, Ray.
Sorry, Ray. We like to have real conversations about leadership because that is how we can really relate to all of our peers, whether they're in the practice or they're working in the industry. And we're all human. We're not here to fake it till we make it. We're actually here to be real.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't do that without all of you, right?
Yes.
We've all had so many challenges with leadership, communication, and that's what we're here for. So we're going to talk about quite a few things today, and we are at the Circle of Dental Excellence today in DC. Holy cow, amazing. National Harbor, essentially. But
yes. Well, it's actually Back in 10 on Pennsylvania Avenue. That's what we were doing last night, walking around DC.
Yes.
I mean, speaking of that, we learned some fun facts about Lincoln last night.
We did.
We had a fabulous dinner with some fabulous code members, speakers, team.
We had so much fun. Yeah. With Zach, Dan, Rick, Annalise. Hey guys. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. And we learned about Lincoln, and we walked by the Ford Theater. And then Rick said, do you actually know, fun fact, he didn't die there.
I didn't know that.
Did anyone know that? He didn't die there. He died across the street. Did anyone know that yesterday was the anniversary of that? We literally were standing there, we're like, wow,
I have
there's some
goosebumps again.
weight. I know. There was some weight there. So it was really cool. We did some walking around last night, this morning. No reflection pool. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, all of the pools are drained.
That's a problem. That's a problem. But no, it was a blast. Does anyone get to go out, see any sights or anything too while you're here? Anybody?
Kind of, sort of, maybe. Okay, well, we encourage you to go do that.
Go
see the
Ferris
Lincoln
wheel
Memorial
outside.
at night, too.
Yep, we can do that. Absolutely.
We saw it last night, and it was a little menacing and imposing. But then I saw it this morning, and I was like, oh, there's Lincoln.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't as ominous. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. So, Savannah.
Yes.
What are we talking about today, my dear?
Today, we are talking about what happens when you attend a CE event and you are so inspired and empowered, and then you get back to your practice and you want to go from inspiration to implementation. How do we effectively work through our own ideas that we take back from a CE event, communicate that effectively with our doctors, trickle down to our teams, and really impact the patient experience in the practice, right?
And do it gracefully and not like shove it down people's throats.
No, I mean, my doctor, she was very heavily involved in Invisalign and was part of an Invisalign group. And every time she went to a group event, I dreaded coming in on Monday. It was Sunday scaries, and I thought, what is going to change without any type of protocol, any type of SOP already written and just kind of dropped into our laps? And it did happen more than I would have loved to do it, to talk about. But it became very challenging. And so we really had to rely on better communication about what kind of conversations are we having when we come back from these events before we just drop a drastic price change on Invisalign midway through the day, and our team doesn't know what's happening, and the patient's confused because I'm bumbling over my words, and they're like, well, they said last week it was actually $1,000 cheaper, and you're saying it's $1,000 more minus the retainers. And I'm like, how do you know more than I do right now?
Right, exactly.
So
Has anyone felt that before, where like your team, your doctors have gone off to a CE event and they come back? You're like, what the actual has just happened? Yep, Ted. Right? Or they come back with this amazing equipment that they just like spent more than you do on a car. And they just say, here you go. Like, we're starting this tomorrow. Anyone? Yes, raise
I
your
thought
hands.
you would like this. We just bought one last week. Like,
Right? Crazy. Or it's like, we want to implement a new technology and you're like, we have something that does that already, but we're not using it to its full potential. That happens a lot, doesn't it? That we're like, holy cow, actually we have something. Why are we adding another piece of tech on top of tech on top of tech when we have something, but we're just not utilizing it to its full potential? Is there any, just so we can understand the lay of the land here, do we have any doctors here in the house? Doc leaders? Fantastic.
raise your hands
Way high. Yay.
You should, everyone clap for them.
Yeah.
They are here making an investment not only in themselves, but in their team.
Yes, absolutely.
Those who pretend to be doctors?
Hell
Yeah.
We have Beverly. I don't know. Not everyone can see it.
Yeah, married to them. Yes.
Married to them,
We
not
have lots-
divorced from them. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole other relationship.
I know.
Yeah. Bev has an amazing group, by the way, if anyone's listening.
Dental Spouses in Business.
Yes.
You need to check it out.
1,000%.
That her name is Beverly Wilburn. I'm talking into the microphone.
They can hear you, I promise.
Just dramatic influence.
Goodness. Okay, so we're going to chat about a few things, and we have an awesome resource for you guys, too.
Yes.
Hey, Wiz, you want to...
Can we just
Perfect.
say wizard? Wiz just
Wizard.
feels a little dirty.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Wizard. With no R. Okay, if you guys want to scan the QR, there's also a TV over there if you guys want to do that. And we're going to chat a little bit about this for you guys. We're going to run through this here a little bit because this is something that you can take back to your practice, that you can use with your team. And it's really about being strategic and how you're going to implement things, how you're going to roll it out, who's responsible, and like your process, right? Because you can't just go in on day one and say, hey, we have this new piece of equipment. No, there's training that needs to be done. There's education that needs to happen because we all need to remember everything that we're going to learn here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Our team isn't here, right? Not all of our team members are here. So we need to debrief, go over some things, and help to support our team in their educational journey to get to where we are as well.
I also want to encourage everyone to think about why you really decide to attend today. Are you having a problem within the practice that you're looking for a solution for? And as you're learning from all of our amazing educators this weekend and talking to all of the industry professionals here, they're here to support you, but keep going back to that why. Because if you stray from the why, that's when people get overwhelmed.
Right.
And that's when we're really unable to prioritize what's going to make the most impact for our team and our patients.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's in our phase 1 of our plan, right? It's going over, understanding what that game plan is, understanding that why, and then say, okay, yes, this is a challenge. We've identified that. Now what are we going to do? What are we going to implement in the practice? And for the rollout, it's like, okay, realistically, who is responsible for it? Because we're all my practice leaders. Raise your hands. Very, very high. Fantastic. It shouldn't always be you that's responsible for it. I hate to say should. It can't always be you. It can't.
Lay down the law.
Sorry.
DC.
You can't. I love you.
You guys, if there's anything y'all don't know about me, is that I am a weirdo sometimes.
I love you for it.
But it's okay.
Dearly. Yes.
We're all a little weird.
Absolutely. But no, look,
except Rick Garofalo, who's like, I'm not. I don't know what she's talking about.
It's okay. We all have tendencies. So Totally. Can you tell?
Yeah.
No, but look, it's so important that we are supporting our teams in that. And that you're supporting the people that are responsible for that implementation, but it doesn't always have to be you. It can't, because you are one person. And it's so much better, and we've talked about this in the podcast a lot, is delegating some of those responsibilities to other team members to help them rise into other positions. Having that role is amazing, right? And that's why a lot of us are sitting in the seats that we are right now, because someone else empowered us to do more, right? To be more. So give someone else that opportunity as well. And that's really easy to do.
And talking about role, you need to have a rollout plan before we do any type of implementation in our practices. The plan is before you develop any kind of SOP, right? That really that's your foundation of your SOP when you're putting in any type of new idea, new technology, new
Right.
software,
Right.
things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? KPIs, metrics.
Oh, Lord.
How are the things you're learning today that inspire you, you're going to be able to monitor through KPIs and data? Because we all know the numbers don't lie.
And we've all heard this a million times, is that you can't manage what you can't measure.
Preach.
Does everyone here have an analytics software in their practice? Raise your hands if you do not have an analytics software in your practice. I know I flipped the switch real quick on there. Do not. Okay.
Raise your hand if you are the analytics software in your practice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's so important that I'm a huge proponent of analytics softwares, because look, every report, there's so many different filters that can be run. So it can look like the same report, but it's not, number one. Number two, you cannot be the only person that understands your business. Your team needs to understand your business. So if you can have an analytics software that has a beautiful dashboard, because in dentistry, we are all visual people, majority are very visual. So if you have one that has a dashboard that's going to tell you, right, green is good, yellow's a little warning, red, there's a big old problem.
Yeah.
But being able to have something like that and be able to monitor that and have your team look at that on a daily basis is super empowering to them too, because those are their metrics, those are their numbers, those are their patients that are attached to those, that are the care that they're providing is giving you those metrics. And it's super, super important that you're able to track that and show them how well they're doing too. And it also helps to make your decision making so much easier, because you can't just say, oh, we dropped Delta and we've lost a lot of patients. How many? A lot isn't a number, right? People can think your team, they'll say a lot all the time. And you're like, we had one person call today and we saw them once for an emergency. It's not a big deal, right? Like there's so many different things that go into that. So being able to understand what your numbers actually are, what they mean, and how all of those numbers can help to support your decision making and support your business and your team and do bonus plans and all those different things is so, so important.
I also would love to chat a little bit about our industry leaders, our sponsors, our partners who are in the room, because, at Code, it's very inclusive, and we are encouraged not to just be a vendor, right? I'm in your boat. Like, I have a table in the back, right? But we're really here to foster those connections. And as you're talking with attendees, right? Really think about how you can support them on this journey of implementing inspiration. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's really not just on the practice in that team to develop their rollout plan. I'll say the best vendors are the ones that are helping to facilitate that change with you.
Education over selling.
Exactly. So if you can have that conversation, build that relationship with them too. And that's one of the things that I love about Code is, like, we're all going to dinner after, right? We get to sit down, share a meal, and really network and get to know each other more. That also helps us to determine what that rollout plan is going to look like and what support that team specifically needs. So really be mindful of that while you're here.
And I think in the root of networking, we should ask the general group a question. So we love to engage with connections and conversations, but we also want you to connect together, right? Because we're going to be in this room for the next, how many hours, Dan? 8, 9 hours? A long
Tomorrow.
time. We're
Yeah.
going to be best friends after this experience, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So we would love to ask the table a question and would like to have you chat with each other for, the next 3 minutes. And then we're going to have our dear friend Sherry
Yes.
come around to the tables to, if anyone hears something inspirational that they would like to implement, we want to know.
Okay, ready? Here's your question. Thank you, Wizard, for putting it up here too, so we can all have that in the background here. So here's what we're going to talk about. What is one idea from a CE event that inspired you, but never made it to real implementation in your practice? And what got in the way? Was it you? Was it the team? Was it the system? Like, tell us a little bit about that. So let's have a little table talk. Turn around. You can talk to your team at your tables there.
Okay, I'm just completely stoked at how quickly they all started talking to each other.
Instantaneously. They were like,
I have goosebumps.
I love it.
I have goosebumps.
No, and this is one thing that I love. Like, this audience is so engaged.
Yeah.
They're here.
Yeah.
They're like in it to win it.
Yeah. That's what I love about code.
Man.
This is so great.
We're cracking
And
the
they're all
code this
genuine.
weekend.
We're cracking the code.
We are.
Wow, way to bring it back. High freaking five.
Queen.
Yes. Don't ever do that again.
Yes, Mom. No. No, this is great. This is great. I know.
Yeah. Jen, okay, so what's one idea from a CE event that inspired you? Whether that's like when you were in operations or now, but never made it into implementation. Like, can you think of one?
Oh, gosh. There's so many, and I think that what happens is, in my head, like when something... This is fantastic. When something doesn't stick, I try to like forget about it at times. Because sometimes it doesn't go as much or as we had planned, right?
Yeah.
But there's been quite a few, and some of it was even just like changing our software. We talked about going from in office PMS to cloud based. It's like we tried it, didn't work. It just didn't work, right? And then I think we didn't have the education that was needed.
Sure.
So there's so much. There's, oh my gosh, there's so many things, like little changes, not even just huge ones, but just small changes sometimes.
For me, like I don't know if it was necessarily an idea. It was really figuring out how I needed to approach the idea and deliver the idea.
Yeah.
If I just came up to the doctor and was like, "Hey, I think this software is cool and we need it,"
no,
that's never a way to have a meaningful conversation about how it's going to positively impact the practice. And that, for me in my leadership journey, that was probably the education I sought out most.
Yeah.
Is how do I have these effective conversations about this inspiration?
Yeah.
How am I going to approach this so I can actually get what I want in the practice because I know it's going to bring the value.
Exactly.
And that's where Catherine Eitel Bell came in. I was like, she's going to help me with all of these courageous conversations.
Right.
And having those courageous conversations with leadership can be intimidating. But for those of you listening, because not everyone back there is listening, but maybe we'll mention this too when we bring everyone back. We have to make sure that, and this goes back to key metrics and data, we have to make sure that whatever we are proposing for the practice, we have a why.
Right.
And does that why align with the why and the mission of the practice?
Right. And I think I'll say at the beginning of my leadership journey, there was a lot more of not explaining things because we're all learning, but that's why we're all here, right? Is to be able to do that. And I think when you can explain the why and know the why and feel it and get your team on board, that's when the magic happens, right? But it can't just be like that bright, shiny object.
No.
Because guess what? It fades very, very quickly.
Yep.
You need to understand, like, okay, what is the real root? What is the cause? Why? Why do we need to do this? And get your team involved in the why. and then say, okay, here's the challenge.
We need
Now
the
let's
buy-in.
figure it out. Exactly.
I
Okay,
think we're
shall
good.
we,
Yeah.
okay.
Here, 4 scores and 7 years ago.
I just want to like start reciting Hamilton lyrics right now.
Santa Hamilton. Waiting in the wings for you. Okay, sorry. Musical interlude from back in 10. Okay, everyone, let's bring it back. Pink pony club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the pink.
Okay, here we go.
What? I'm doing that because Adam Smith's not here and I hope he's watching.
I know, better be. Okay, Sherry has the mic. Let's see. You guys were so engaged. Can I say real quick? It was like instantaneous.
Yeah.
Y'all were like, okay. It was fantastic because that doesn't always happen. So, like, amazing. Like, safe space. We're just like, we're getting down to it.
Yeah.
Okay, Sherry's got the mic. Who wants to share what is one idea that totally inspired you, but just didn't really work out? Hands? Anybody? Yes.
It sounded like there were a lot of ideas.
Yes. Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Membership plans.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm.
Why do you think that it didn't work out?
In our area, it just wasn't worth the time and having enough staff to do it ourselves. So it was just easier to move on for right now.
But is it a full move on or is it a pause?
I'm gonna say it's a full move on.
A full move on. I
Okay.
love that you're able to identify that and not
Yes.
just keep pushing it down on a priority list. You're like, no, this will not work. Moving on to better things.
And your doctor's here with you too, and she's like, yeah, that's right. Ashley's kind of famous. Now there's two Ashleys. And what's better than one? Two. Sorry. Just saying.
Gosh.
Okay, who else wants to share?
I'll share.
Yes.
Yeah, Mandy.
So we invested in Pearl. Second opinion, we love it. Doctor is paying for it, but he doesn't use it.
Oh boy.
You know, the rest of the team kind of plays with it and uses it and likes it, but he doesn't support it, push it, promote it. So that's been a challenge. Like, it's a great software, it's a great tool, but if doctor's not invested, it's really hard to get everybody else on board consistently.
So Doc purchased it
Yes.
because was that bright shiny object, right? It's
Correct.
AI. So excited. We're gonna bring AI to the practice, right? And then it was like a wah. Well, you guys can use it, but I ain't touching it.
Well, have you
Is he
asked him
scared?
why and
Yeah.
why is the tune changed? I'm curious.
He's just very set in his ways and doesn't like change. So
Oh.
every change
an
that I bring forth that he
expensive
allows to
mindset.
happen is great, but he takes a long time to adopt change.
Okay, so you said that he didn't really have buy-in, and now the team doesn't really have buy-in because it's not trickling down from the top.
So they are, but not as much as they could be if he was pushing it and promoting it. And yeah. So,
Do you think, and this is just throwing this out there, maybe if we can fuel the embers in the team, and if he can see how much it's impacting the team, he might have a little more buy-in, or is he staunch in his way?
no, absolutely. So we did a voice demo with voice charting and all this stuff, and I called my hygienist. I'm like, you guys need to see this.
Oh my god.
So once I get them on board, they can probably push a little harder too. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will say, so there's many different AI softwares out there. That one specifically has that functionality. And there's a few others too that even they pull the ambient noise. So notes, holy guacamole. There is less keyboard, less overtime. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Notes
Um,
done. Right.
yeah.
The patient leaves.
Exactly. And is there any hygienists here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I am one as well, so we can have conversations here. Some hygienists just will stay for 2 hours just doing their notes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No one has time for that. So to
Worth the
have
money.
something, right?
Resources suck.
I know. But to have something that's going to be able to pull that information and just put it in a template form or have all that there for you, Holy cow.
So basically what Jen is saying is that if you need her support, she is ready to
I'm down.
go with you to
I'm
bat
down.
for that software.
Yes.
essentially.
Yes. Let's do it. Yeah.
One more. Is there anyone else who'd like to share? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. On the back.
Way in the back.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, I didn't see you yet today.
Come up a little closer.
Everyone say hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
So we tried to implement Curve in our office,
Okay.
and the whole team was for it. We thought it would really modernize us. And at the end of the day, our x-rays were too blurry. Nothing they could do would sharpen them. And the only solution was to upgrade our system. So we ended up going back to EagleSoft.
Mm-hmm. We actually talked about this earlier. So I had a similar situation with a different practice management software. And funny thing is, it was x-rays. That was the problem. And they weren't crisp enough, so you couldn't diagnose. And it ended up adding 20 to 30 minutes to every appointment because it was in the cloud and it wouldn't pull down. Yeah. And we converted back. We can. Yeah, same. We did 2 months and we converted back over the holidays because we said, this isn't going to help to benefit our patients, right? So, but this is why it's so important that we do so much investigation, I'll say at the beginning. Highly encourage you guys too, if you're trying to implement tech or anything, ask these companies, ask the partners and sponsors that are here if you can reach out to some of their practices and some of their clients that are already utilizing the software. So you said that you were on EagleSoft. I would like to know, out of your clients that are on EagleSoft that are now with you, I want to understand and I want to be able to have a conversation with them. They have to provide that information to you. If they can't, then to me that's a red flag. That's one of the questions that I always ask, right? I want to be able to talk to someone that's in the field, that's doing it, and understand some of the struggles that we can have. Absolutely.
I mean, because implementation and support are the things that you should be asking for the most information on to make sure that it's going to really impact your practice. I mean, Stephanie, lucky for you, if you're still interested in cloud-based software, there are wonderful partners here today who I'm sure would love to chat with you.
Yes, absolutely. But look, and this is what I'll say, like, your team might be a little scared to go to a cloud-based software when you tried it already, just a smidge, right? But if you can explain to them the why and have all of your data, have all of your research, go in with that first and then say, and here's the solution that I'm talking to you about, because your team is going to be a little gun shy. Very gun shy. So have the conversations, do all of your investigation, ask the difficult questions now. Ask them now. And if you want to use some AI, I'm sure you can ask the chat GPT some questions that you should ask vendors too, right?
Does anyone else name their AI? Mine chat's named Chitty.
Oh, mine
Chitty's
is
Bang
Chaz.
Bang.
He told me to call him that.
What? You had not called him Chaz, and he's like, call me Chaz, Jen.
Yeah, I said, what should I call you? Just Chaz. I'm like, whoa. I don't know, man. It's a little weird for me.
I don't even know how to take that.
I don't know. He picked his own name.
I'm going to tell him what his name is. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
I want to tell him. Welcome to Back in 10. I was telling Jen while you were chatting that. Oh, someone's going to say in the back. For me, in the beginning of attending CE events, it wasn't that it wasn't an idea, right? It was, how do I effectively bring these ideas to leadership to get them implemented? I can't just walk up to a dentist and be like, yo, this software is the shit. We need it now in the practice.
You could.
I mean, you could. And I did. I mean, I did that for a while, but it never got me anywhere because it needed to really impact the why. Sorry, my Boston really came out because
it's okay. Just keep going. It's okay. Squirrel.
It really needed to impact the why. Is that better? To impact the why. So when you're bringing any of these inspirations back to implementation, you're going to have these conversations with leadership. Go back to the why. How is this going to impact our metrics? How is it going to impact the team? How is it going to impact the patient? Because we can't just bring any new ideas in based on gut feelings.
Right.
It needs to align with the mission and the goal of the practice.
Yeah. Balanced decision making, right? There's three things: the patients, the practice, and the team.
Yep.
It has to be equal. You can't have one more than the other. Yeah. Super, super important.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, we're almost at time. It's almost dinner.
I know. Well, thank you everyone so much for being here. Make sure you if you just so happen to want to follow along to some Back in 10, you can listen to us every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
We come out 2 p.m. Eastern time. You can follow along. We'll see you at the next code event too.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Orlando.
July. It's gonna be hot and steamy.
Okay, and if you're coming to Orlando and you have yet to go to the Rise of the Resistance at Star Wars, I'm planning a group trip so I can go a bunch of times because it's epic. It'll make you cry. It's just all the things. Like Code. It's just all the things.
All the feels.
All the feels. All the feels.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
From Back in 10. Thanks, guys.
I mean, you made me.
I'm thankful for my frownies. Savannah, do you notice how nice and smooth my forehead is? There's no Botox, just so you know. Oh, come on, I need to blow my
There
nose.
it is.
Oh, come on, she made me cry, and now my nose is running. Sorry.
That's
Well, you
perfect.
better catch it. I have a hell of an intro ready to go for you.
Oh my god. Product placement.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages,